What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the NRW Checkpoint with myself, WebsterStyle, and of course, I'm always joined by my man, Brian Sapph. Brian, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. You recovered from Turkey Day?
I mean, as much as I can.
I understand. I'm still trying to get rid of leftovers we brought home. So
right.
So with that, it was slow last week, and it's still kind of slow this week. So we kind of doubled up. So some of these games have already come out. They came out last week. Others, by the time of this recording, may be out. If not, they'll be out in like a day or two. But let's roll right into it. First up, we have In Stars and Time on the PC from developer Insert Disc 5, which is such a cool name, and publisher Armor Game Studios. In Time and Space is a time-looping RPG adventure. With each loop, Cyphrin gains a new perspective on the world around them, opening up new solutions to puzzles and allowing them to make better choices in conversations. Equip memories as armor. Pray to the Change Guard to improve your team's capabilities each loop, and challenge deadly foes to rock, paper, scissors as Cyphrin seeks the truth. Now that sounds really interesting, and we are watching the trailer for that one. It kind of sounds like roguelike elements.
Yeah, I hear that in there.
But just with a different sort of twist. It's like a time looping mechanic now. That's really cool. I can't wait to see the trailer for that one. See how they
go. Yeah, that sounds dope.
All right. Next up, we have Worldless. Oh, and mind you, I said it was on PC. Okay, great. So Worldless is on. I thought I forgot to say where In Time and Stars and Time was on, what platforms was on, but
I did not on PC.
Yes, only on PC. So Worldless is on PC, PS5, Xbox Series S, X, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Is from No Name Studios and Thunderful as a publisher. Worldless is a stylized 2D platformer with a unique, active, turn-based combat system and mind-blowing interpretive narrative. Players embark on a journey of self-growth and understanding, pushing the limits of their nature in a newly born and abstract universe. And we are watching the trailer for that one as well. With a description like that, we had to watch that.
Yeah, because I'm curious to see if the character is like mute or something.
Right.
Or is it like a silent world or something? Yeah, I want to see the trailer for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. That sounds really interesting. And it's very abstract, so it kind of makes you want to see what it's all about.
Right.
Next up, we have Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection. It's on everything. PlayStation, all of them. Xbox, all of them. Switch, it's only one. Well, it's only one Switch, a different version of the same Switch. And of course, PC. It's from Living It Run Games. Hold on to your butts. The 8 and 16-bit era of Jurassic Park games has returned, commemorating 30 years of the iconic film. And I feel old just the fact that Jurassic Park is 30 years old. This release includes a lineup of 7 classic titles updated to include save state support, new in-game maps, and various quality of life fixes. And we have Jurassic Park 8-bit, Jurassic Park Portable, Jurassic Park 16-bit, Jurassic Park Genesis, Jurassic Park Part 2, The Chaos Continues 16-bit, Jurassic Park Part 2, The Chaos Continues Portable, and Jurassic Park Rampage Edition Genesis. Explore Isla Nublar in each of these releases, recreating the excitement and thrills of the historic franchise. Play as Dr. Alan Grant, or in some releases as the Velociraptor, as you collect eggs, survive dangerous local wildlife, restore power to the park, and collect new weapons, and eventually escape. Now, Brian, reading this, I realized I've never played any of the classic Jurassic Park games. Have you?
Me either. That's why when you said it, I was like, wait, they gonna have the one in there from the arcade where you in the car.
That's all I want. That is the only one I want.
That's literally,
and that's like Sega. Like, can we get a ported? Oh, that is the only Jurassic Park game I want to play, and I've ever played. I've seen some of the other ones over the years, some footage of them, and heard people talk about them, but I've never played any. But we are watching a trailer, so we'll get a crash course in all these games really quickly.
Oh, okay, and they can do it too. They could really do it with these new controllers. How they like got the whole motion gyroscope situation going on.
Yeah,
they could definitely have that one.
I would buy that.
Me
I would
too.
so buy that. Yeah.
Yeah. But did the other game ever come out that we thought was gonna be like the it's another dinosaur game?
I don't know. I gotta look it up. I don't know if it came out or not, but I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name either.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. All right.
Next up, we have Evil Diary. It's on the PC, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, S, X, and Switch. It's from 9 Rat Tones as a developer and Ratalakia Games as the publisher. Enter a post-apocalyptic urban wasteland where your goal is to reach a secure zone, but you have to cut across areas overrun with monsters. Take on the role of Eve, a fierce heroine who is determined to survive the horror by any means necessary. Shoot down enemies from afar or slash them up close and clear the way towards freedom. Featuring 32 intense levels where you can follow the fate of a survivor following his diary writings. Evil Diary will satisfy your urge to slay hordes of grotesque monsters. That sounds interesting. Sounds kind of generic too, but we are not watching the trailer for that one.
Okay, because it did and it did.
Yeah, exactly.
Turok.
Next up, yeah, exactly. Turok. I was surprised. I knew they had remastered the first two. I actually forget the Turok 3 even exists because that was toward the end of the N64's lifespan. So it didn't get the fanfare, but when the first Turok hit, like that was like, whoa, this like it was awesome. But ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion remastered. It's on everything. There's no point. It's on everything. If you have a video game console from a major console maker within the past 10 years, came out in the past 10 years, it plays on it. That's the best way to put it. You
probably can get it on emulator too.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that over here.
You're right.
As we have another show.
No, I'm sorry.
Anyway, it's from Night Dive Studios. Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion Remastered is a faithful restoration of the classic first-person shooter originally released in 2000 for the Nintendo 64. Upgraded for play or on modern gaming devices with up to a 4K resolution at 120 frames per second. That's pretty impressive.
I'm about to say.
I think 2000, what? We were on Dreamcast. PlayStation 2 was about to come out. So yeah. Nobody was talking about 64 like that in 2000. At least not to where Turok was like, oh my God, I remember Turok 3.
Yeah. 64 didn't really get a time to shine until the Dreamcast was like, we done.
Yeah. And that's, well, I wouldn't say that. I say early on, yes, but in my mind, that was such a short cycle as far as the 64 to the GameCube. Okay. Because 64 came out, 96? So we talking about that was 4 years, and the GameCube came out about 02, 03?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I feel like it's like 02 or 03. So you're talking about maybe a 6-year lifespan as far as that was concerned. So still kind of, I wouldn't say kind of came and went, but you think of a grand scheme of things and how a lot of these platforms, longevity now, it's very quick. It was. We're already on year 4 of the Switch. It's gonna be year 7 of the Switch, not year 4 of the Switch.
Which it don't feel like that.
It don't.
But I'm also at the point where it's like if they say, oh, the Switch 2 or the Super Nintendo Switch, because it better be called that.
That would just be such an amazing name. Such an amazing name. I'm at the Super Nintendo Switch. That's just so cool. Nintendo needs to do that so much.
I hope. But I'm at the point now with that where if they announce it like at the Game Awards this year or something, I'm like, okay, it is kind of.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
No, they're not. But I'm saying, I mean, if you wanna really get us Nintendo, you should do that. But
Yep. All right. Finish the hunt in this epic finale of the Turok trilogy. Pick up immediately after events of Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, with dual protagonists Joseph and Danielle Fireseed of the Turok family tree as they battle the titular antagonist Oblivion and its followers, the Flesh Eaters. So we are watching the trailer for that just for nostalgia purposes.
Cool. I'm down for that.
And just to note, there are a bunch of other releases this week that we aren't covering, but a lot of those are games that came out earlier, some like 2-3 years ago, that are just being brought over to, say, PS5, Xbox Series systems. Some games we talked about like a month ago that are now dropping on other systems. So I'm like, we already talked about those and watched some of the trailers too. So we'll give some newer games some shine. That one, but all those, you can find those on the web about what's coming out. But next up, we have Dragon Quest Monsters, the Dark Prince on the Switch. Of course, it's from Square Enix's Dragon Quest.
Right.
Journey into a fantastical world on a quest for revenge in Dragon Quest Monsters, the Dark Prince. Sorrow, is it P silent? I'll go with P silent. Sorrow. That sounds better. Sorrow. And sorrow is cursed. That makes sense. Sorrow is cursed.
You think. Well, I was gonna say, you know how certain words with a P at the beginning, it's like PSY or P. How you spell psychic? P. I'm like
PSY.
Yeah.
Sorry,
PSY. Oh, and like physics and stuff. PH. Oh, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you. I'll just say the P is silent because it fits with the character and the fact that the character is cursed and is able to harm anything with monster blood. So now he must become a monster wrangler to create an army for battle. The hunt for high-ranked monsters takes Sorrow through the ever-changing seasons of Naderia and its unique environments, with rivers of bubbling lava, mysterious ancient ruins, and soaring towers of cake. Really, cake?
That just kind of came out of nowhere. Too.
Yeah, that did. That did come out of nowhere.
Towers of cake. All right.
Along the way, Sorrow meets the kind-hearted elf Rose, who joins the adventure to seek out ever stronger monsters. The key to Sorrow's success lies with synthesis, the ability to combine two monsters to create a stronger offspring. Each new creation brings Sorrow one step closer to his goal of becoming a master monster kind. Sounds like Pokemon / Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Which I feel like we talked about this before. I don't know why I never got into Dragon Quest, like the franchise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may start because every time I hear about it, I'm like, why I never played this game? At some point, I'm gonna load it up.
Right. And last but not least, we have Steamworld Build, and it's on everything. I'll leave it at that. And Game Pass, for that matter. It's from developer and publisher this time, Thunderful. One final land rush. The planet is dying. Astrid, and it's dig or die trying. The mine under our town is sitting empty, and wouldn't you know, there's rumors of ancient tech down there that might help us out of this predicament. Round up the posse, circle the wagons, and let's get to building a new home. Collect resources above ground and ores down below so we can get those wealthy bots in here to help us build bigger, and we can get the heck out of here. So we are not watching that one, but that's a simulation town, all that good stuff.
Okay, so it's a sim like town builder.
Yeah.
Okay, I might like that.
All that good stuff.
It kind of sounds like Frostpunk a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I might like that. Okay.
All right. Well, let's check out the trailers. First up, we have Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection.
See what I've been missing.
InGen must be eliminated. I will have control of Jurassic Park.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, I have one question though, and I don't know, since I guess I more so grew up in that time period.
okay.
I am glad that we have limited run remastering those games and bringing them out. Who asked for these games?
Yeah. Well, you know, probably Universal.
I asked that because, okay, so we've had the Lion King games come out, the Aladdin games come out.
Mm-hmm.
I get those. Mm-hmm. We all played those back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I never played the Lion King, but I heard many people cuss it out because of how hard it was. And the two versions of Aladdin are that's like just game legend back then. You know?
Yeah. So it's Lion King, Aladdin, and Hercules. Them 3 Disney games specifically can't be
right. Right. So I understand that. I understand why. I have never in my life heard anybody talk with reverence about any of the Jurassic Park games outside of the arcade one we talked about earlier. See, you and I both on the arcade one. That's no. I hope they do well. But just even again, as a kid growing up with a Genesis and in an 18-bit, 16-bit era, no one talked about the Jurassic Park games. Not a one.
And I had a Sega Genesis. Granted, it was passed down to me.
Right.
I still had one. And amongst the many, many games that I was able to play, none of them were Jurassic Park.
Right.
And I would even, I don't know, because I'm looking at this trailer. I'm like, these games, they look hard, right?
Yeah, they look hard.
They don't like you're gonna beat them.
But they don't excite me.
Me either. Because something about now this new iteration of Jurassic Park games that we have now, where it's like you can, you know, pretty much like Harvest Moon, but Jurassic Park. I get those because at the core of Jurassic Park, it was supposed to be some kind of like entertainment, like park or whatever. So I get,
park simulators, things of that nature. That makes total sense. But the older
platformers.
Why? I mean, I get it. That's what you could do back then. That was the popular, but my whole supposition is nobody who asked for this. Who asked for this? I hope they do well. I really hope they do well.
I could see people asking for it back then when the movies was first coming out because it was all the rave. But now it's like I can't even call it a cash grab because who gonna spend the money?
Yeah, it's the 30th anniversary, but there is literally nothing in the zeitgeist about Jurassic Park this year. What, the last movie came out? Did it come out last year? The year before the last Jurassic World movie?
I'm not even sure. Probably.
That tells you a whole lot. That tells you a whole lot right there.
Because I actually like the Jurassic Park World Series, but I am behind.
Oh, okay. Well, I will give you that one. I will save my comments on that one. All right. Next up, we have Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion Remastered.
Okay. What Turok talking about?
Oblivion has entered the time stream. It has infected the bodies of the dead and dying. The infection has created horrible mutations. Come with me.
Who are you?
I am Adon. One of you must take up the mantle. One of you must become the son of stone. One of you must become Turok.
I will bear the burden of my fathers. I will wield the light. Adon, what is this all about? None of this makes any sense.
So, it intends to hunt them down.
You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
They are Turok, as was their brother before them.
think I know why Turok 3 isn't talked about as much. It looks like a drastic departure from the first two games as far as like, the tone and everything. And honestly, and I'm assuming that's like original remastered voices. It's that voice acting leaves a lot to be desired.
Right. it just didn't. It wasn't feeling like I was supposed to be Turok in those moments. And also, granted, I do know that that's like that era of gaming. It was very limited, but I mean, I just saw GoldenEye the whole time. All of the little gameplay scenes. I just saw 007, but
and not as good either.
Right, which is crazy because I mean, they had 007 was more. They have to use real people. Turok, you building your whole world around fantasy fiction. You could have come up with something. I'm just feeling like you could have come up with something better, but that's neither here nor there. I'm glad.
It's a 23-year-old game. It's too late for that now.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm glad nostalgia is winning once again, and we get to see another classic, or could have been a classic, I guess, emerge.
Right. All right. Let's see if this one's a classic. Next up is In Stars and Time.
Okay. I mean, I like the name.
Right. Oh, we love the art style.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's very solid. It is solid. You get the cook.
That was cool.
It does.
I think we were saying a couple shows ago about how we wish they would do something different with the whole roguelite genre. Mm-hmm. And while this may not be classified as a roguelite, there are definitely elements there with this whole time structure. Mm-hmm. And I'm really liking that premise.
Yeah, me too. And just even the gameplay overall, like I saw inspiration there from like Pokemon and stuff with the map designs and the over the head kind of situation. Even the turn-based battles, even though it's different, but still. But I like the charm of the game. At least the trailer, it was very charming. Kind of made me like I see some of the art design and things like that, and it made me think about Steven Universe for some reason.
I can see that.
Yeah, but it looks like a cool game though. Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
I agree. Mm-hmm. And last this week for our trailers, we have Worldless.
Worldless.
This is cool.
It does.
All right, that looks pretty cool.
It does.
I love the design, love the colors.
Yeah,
we always want something different.
It was, and I appreciate that. Even the battle,
Yeah, the
the fighting
turn-based
there.
combat. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
looks
cool. I
dope.
mean, it's nothing we hadn't seen before, but it seems like it's a pretty cool implementation of that.
Yeah, and I like. I almost looked like they started designing some characters, and they was like, you know what? Let's not. Let's just make it light and a sword and shield with some legs. I like that.
Yep. I
It's
like
different.
that as well.
Hmm?
All right. Well, that's it for our gaming. Brian, what's going on with you this week, man?
So I just finished recording a new episode of the podcast. Talk+Play Blerd Pod is the name. I did a little name change.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, just did a new episode for that. Still pretty much the same formula. But I beat Spider-Man 2 yesterday.
Cool.
So going over everything I like, a whole review and everything like that. All I will say, because if you want to hear my full thoughts, just tune into the episode when I drop it. But all I will say, I understand why it's getting so many rave reviews. They did a really good job of that game. Not just the gameplay and all the different mechanics that they put into it, but the story is really good also. I was
Okay.
a lot of I wasn't expecting that moments, surprise, twist in the story. I was like, okay, this is really good. Well written. So full review on that whenever I get around to editing and releasing sometime in the next couple of days. What about yourself? What are you working on this week?
I just dropped episode 173 of the podcast, and it's starting my interviews from Exotica, New Jersey. So I think in this one, was it Misty Stone, Hazel Grace, and a bunch of others. I can't Foxy, and it's like 2 or 3 others. Foxy, Onyx. I'm missing one. Oh, I can't miss her. Nurse J. Becky. So all those are there. Also talking about, I finally watched Blue Beetle, so I'll talk about that. I talk about Half-Life, because Half-Life is the 25th anniversary of Half-Life, and I think I told you that it was free for a half second, then it was 99 cents, and then as of yesterday, it went back up. But as of today, it went back up in price, so I grabbed it when it was free. So I'm like, hey, it's 99 cents. So just talk about that, because that is a game I had never played before, because I wasn't in FPSs back then. So my impressions of that, and then talking about my fragrance of the week is one of the ones I really enjoy going back for during the fall, and that is Cremo's Blue Cedar and Cypress. But I don't know, the way it's feeling up here feels like winter. Straight up, like
right. What is the temperature up there? It's 52 right now down here.
I hate you. The current moment is 33.
Oh wow! So you literally freezing.
During most of the day it was like 27, 28.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been cold the past 2 days.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that's what's going on with us. Of course, you know you were on Nerds of the World. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the NRW, on Instagram at New Release Wednesday, and of course, on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and of course, subscribe.
Hey.